Orange light, actually. A little touch of orange wouldn't hurt. Into our snow. Okay, now where else does it hit? Let's say it streaks past. Maybe it'll start up in here. Maybe there'll be a little streak there, but mainly it's in here. Maybe it'll touch right in here. You see what's happening? We're bringing stepping stones down, down to the center of interest. Actual stepping stones. Stepping stones really create a line, don't they? An invisible line. That's where I choose to put the sunlight. You see the difference? If I were copying a photograph, or even copying nature, it may not be where it would best suit me for composition. You decide yourself. You choose what you're going to do. Now, what do we do with the rest of the snow? We put it into shadow. Now, let's take a look. It's a little too obvious. Well, we come back and say, well, yeah, maybe it is a little too obvious. Let's have a larger patch of snow in here. See, you can do this. You don't have to make it an exact replica. Yeah, make a more interesting pattern. But see, these dark patterns are as important as the light patterns. Of course, we have more work to do on those yet anyway. Then, nor do I want to scatter these patterns all over. I've concentrated them here. There's no need to scatter them. So enough is enough, you might say. Okay. I think this could be a little lighter, just looking more like a variation of the rock rather than snow. So let's get a little more lightness into it. Okay. Now that is underpaint, at least roughed in. So let's go on, right onward. Ultramarine blue, and I'm going to blend it with the manganese blue, which kind of cools it down a bit. It's going to be awfully pure looking right at first. It's going to be pretty, I guarantee it. This hillside is in shadow, and boy, look what it does immediately. Your lightest light and your darkest dark in one area. All right. A little bit of the sap green into that same color will darken it even more, and also indicate there may be some trees and so on. We'll detail that later. Okay. We are going to have a light tree in here, cannot forget. As we move up the hill, we get away from that darkness, soften it a bit with white, maybe a little purple with this blue. Okay. Just carry that right on up. Let's carry it out like that. Okay. A little more lavender with it. Add the purple and white. Okay. Let's say that there are some patches of snow left on this hillside also. So we just paint around a couple areas. And as I move downward, these kind of look like fir trees at the moment, but we'll see what happens. See, this darkness contrasts for the light back here. Even though this is darker, or as dark as this, it doesn't command the attention because this has more light behind it than this. Okay, and then one over here. We have a group here, and we'll put one over here. The same sap green and alizarin crimson. Looks nice against this cool, deep lake water. That's Convict Lake. You know, they call it Convict Lake because it was 1870s, I believe. Some convicts escaped from prison in Nevada, made their way across the border, and they finally got into this lake area where they were captured, at least briefly. But there were gunshots and shouts and hollering and the usual things that mankind get into. But the mountains just sort of sat back and said, well, that's the folly of man, and we'll let them do what they're going to do. Convict Lake, Mount Morrison. Now, folks, we are pretty much ready for the detailing. The cake has been built. The frosting is now to come. And this is where I have to stop and take a look and say, all right, just what do I want to do exactly? And evaluate what has been done, what needs to be corrected. I'm a little concerned about this line, but you see this line stops it. It's just that it's a little bit straight. Let me see, if I brought it up a little higher.